Hi, this is Brandon Splay from thirstgym.com. Today we're talking about activity or drill called the forward back pedal lateral cone drill. Now this is an acceleration and deceleration based drill for athletes to work on working in small spaces. Now you will probably see something like this with a ladder to where athletes are going to stay heavy on their toes and move their toes back and forth. Again, I'm not a big fan of this. I think it's a good tissue prep kind of activity, but it's not really going to help you in terms of changing direction and being fast in small spaces. And the term that I like to use is that your feet are doing a lot, but your body's not going anywhere. It's usually not a good recipe in terms of athletic development and speed and agility. So what we're going to do here with this drill, I've got essentially 10 cones lined up, pretty evenly spaced. You could also use hurdles or some of the speed based kind of hurdles where they give you certain spaces that you can move in. That works fine. I personally think cones were fine. But I've got 10 cones here matching each other, so essentially 5 sections. You could certainly lengthen these out to get more space. You can make them forward and more deep. To give you an idea, mine are about 2 shoe lengths. That's just the way I kind of pick a small space, but you know, you can do as much as you want. So play around with it, find what you like, what you think you want to do. Now we're going to go back and forth here for this drill so you can kind of get an idea of what it looks like. Essentially, you're going to start on the outside. Okay, and what we want to do is we're going to sprint forward, and as I go to sprint forward, I'm essentially going to come around the cone and I'm going to backpedal, sprint forward through, backpedal, and I'm going to do that. So the goal, I'm going to have to look down, unfortunately, which I'm also not a big fan of, but you're going to have to look down to make sure you don't run into the cones. But the goal is to stay low, propel forward, and backpedal. The goal is to keep the hips around the same height. We don't want to be standing up and going down. Okay, we want to maintain a low level so that if I need to actually sprint, I'm in a position to take off and sprint, because if I'm standing up, this is not a good place to sprint from. Better acceleration mechanics are going to have me down so I can actually go forward, right? So that's what we want to try to emphasize here. So I'm going to go in semi-real time, not as fast as I can, but I'm going to put a little bit of into it. Essentially, clap, whistle, go, here, backwards. Already ran into a cone. Here, backwards. Go, backwards. Then I'm gonna go back. Here, backwards. Still using my arms, because I gotta pretend like I'm sprinting, and back, okay? So you notice that as soon as I get around a cone or out of the space, the goal is to immediately flip the script and go, okay? Notice that my hips are staying square. As I'm coming forward, I'm going to start to actually push myself backwards. I'm trying to anticipate when that's going to happen, but I'm also moving my body around the cones, not just my feet. So again, big thing, hips stay low, trying to stay forward. Arms are always moving so that we can move as fast as possible. Don't want our arms locked, still want them actually moving like general running mechanics. So this again works great for us. What I like to do, down and back is 1 rep. You can start on whatever side you want, doesn't really matter. If you really want to go 1 time through, take a breather, 1 time through, count that as your rep, that's also good. So big thing here, change of directions, acceleration, deceleration mechanics are the big things you're after here. Really hammer on athletes staying low in the tunnel while they're going to do this. And again, this isn't something you want to be on your tiptoes all the time. You actually do want to try to burst through like you're actually sprinting. Like I said, if you move these out further, you can actually work on some of that acceleration mechanics a little bit more, but you're obviously going to have to backpedal longer. So, you know, that could be beneficial from what you need, but the big thing here is to learn to stay low, accelerate, decelerate, but actually not have to do it with our toes like in a ladder, actually get some mechanical benefits from it as well, and actually move through space, which again, I think is important when it comes to your speed, agility, and quickness. So if you got any questions about this activity or drill, please feel free to let me know in the comment section below. Thanks. Have a great day.